नमो तस् भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्दस्स. Dear friends, right now I'm going to discuss something which is good for your daily practice. So today I intend to talk about right intention, in Pali Samma Sankappa. Therefore, first of all, I would like to draw your attention on this Dhamma discussion or Dhamma studies. Today I have chosen very important topic. It is right intention, Samma Sankappa. So let us concentrate on this Dhamma speech and learn or study what is right intention, why it is very important for our day-to-day life practices. First, let us focus about the two terms they are in. There are two Pali terms, that is Samma Sankappa. Of course, there are two terms. First one is Samma, the second one is Sankappa. Here, the term Samma, which represents adjective grammatically, means right, correct, proper, or true. And the term Sankappa, which represents noun grammatically, means thoughts, conception, intention, notion, impression, purpose, vision, or idea. It is the second factor of the Eightfold Path. The thought which free from worldly pleasure, ill will, malevolence, hurting, harm, annoyance, nuisance, irritation, teasing, are considered as right thought. If see in another way, the thought that frees from worldliness, ill will, malice, Malevolence, cruelty is recognized as right thought, Sama Sankappa in Buddhism. The second factor of the Eightfold Path is right intention, which mentioned in Pali as Sama Sankappa. Sometimes it is translated as right thought. Basically, this term in the present context refers specifically to the purposive, cognitive, and the cognitive aspect of mental activity, which covered by right view. If we concern some modern proviso in this context, there is not a big issue of rendering this term to indicate the same concept. If we try to highlight a division between these two aspects, right view and right thought, too strongly, it could be more artificial but no meaning. There are cognitive and purposive side in our mind. From the Buddhist point of view, they do not remain in separate but intertwine and interact in close correlation. Emotional predilection can dominate views, while views determine predilections. These both aspects, right view and thoughts, bring us a penetrative view of the nature of existence that gain through deep reflection and validate examining. Therefore, the importance of mind to obtain those goals or target is meant by right intention. There are threefold right intention as Buddha explained. The intention of renunciation, Nekkhamma Sankappa, the intention of goodwill, Abhyapada Sankappa, and the intention of harmlessness, Avihimsa Sankappa. These are opposites or the three parallel wrong intention, Kama Sankappa, Vyapada Sankappa, and Hinsa Sankappa. Each right intention meets its corresponding wrong intention. The intention of renunciation counters the intention of desire. The intention of goodwill counters the intention of ill will, and the intention of harmlessness counters the intention of harmfulness. The Buddha recognizes this twofold section of thought just before his great enlightenment. During his determined determination, meditation for final liberation at the Bodhi tree, he experienced that there are two different classes in his thoughts. One category consists of thought of desire, ill will, and harmfulness, and other represents its opposite thought of renunciation, goodwill, and harmlessness. He noticed that whenever thoughts of desire, ill will, and cruel arise in him, those thoughts lead to harm for oneself and others, destroy wisdom, and keep away from Nibbana, liberation. He reflected thus when he experienced so and eliminated such thoughts from his mind and brought them to an end. He noticed that whenever thoughts of renunciation, goodwill, and harmlessness arise in him, those thought to be beneficial, conducive to growth of wisdom, aids of the attainment of Nibbana. He reflected thus when he experienced so, and he strengthened those thoughts and brought them to completion. Right intention has been placed in between right view and moral section that begins with the right speech, since it's an intentional function, connects our cognitive perspective with our modes of active engagement in the world. On the other hand, our action always connect back to the intention form which they spring off. Thought which directs body and speech towards many activities, using them as its tool to expose its aim and content. These aim and ideals helps to take a step back further from the prevailing views in order to shine right intention. When wrong views prevail, unwholesome action prevails, since wrong intention influences for their arising. Therefore, one who rejects moral benefits and efficacy of action only by considering its benefits in terms of gain and social status will not achieve anything other than gain and social status by the mean whatever used for that. The more such pursuit in the society, the more suffering of an individual, social group, and entire society. It is just because of making an effort to gain wealth, position, and power disregarding moral consequences. The cause is within us for the endless and unnecessary competition, affliction, social injustice, partiality, conflict, and oppression that prevail in the society. They are all just a manifestation of intention motivated by our own greed, hatred, and delusion. Nevertheless, when your intentions are right, your actions also will be right. And for the intention to be right, your right view will be the surest guarantee. One who ascertains the law of karma and its retributive consequences design all circumstances of his life to cope with this law. So his action expressive of this intention, way of thinking will be exposed in channel of right conduct. The Buddha has summarized this point in the second Vagga, Eka Dhammapali of Anguttara Nikaya, explaining both Sammaditthi and Micchaditti. The action, words, plan, vision, thinking, and purposes whose views grounded in wrong view will direct towards suffering, while the action, words, plans, vision, thinking, and purposes whose view grounded in right view will direct towards happiness. The understanding of the Four Noble Truths perfectly is the main and important aspect in right view. And it functions some way determinative of the content of right intention. When we ascertain the Four Noble Truths with regards to own life, the intention of renunciation develops within us, and when you apply the same comprehension in relation to other beings, other two right intention, that is the intention of goodwill and intention of harmlessness arise in you. Once you realize that your life is encompassed, pervaded by dukkha, and you needed to find out how this dukkha derives from craving, and when you realize it, your mind inclines to renunciation to overcome its cause, craving, and other objects which it grabs us. So when we apply the truth that we discern by ourselves in other living beings, analogously, and such a meditative reflection sustain the growth of goodwill and harmlessness. When this, our living reflection on them makes us understand that all other living beings want to be well, happy as us, and they also subjected to suffering as all others. Our feeling and experience about the all living being that seek happiness indeed direct us to nurture our thought of goodwill, to radiate our loving thoughts towards them. Thus, may they be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no problems come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May no troubles come to them. May no impediments come to them. May they always meet with success and well being. May they also have determination, courage, understanding, and patience to overcome inevitable problems, failures, difficulties, and frustration in their life. Co-feeling with regard to others' suffering breeds thought of harmlessness to arise in us, and we wish them to be free from suffering. It will be counterattacked to the three unwholesome fruit by the factors of right view and right intention when began the cultivation of the noble eightfold path. Right view as a nascent seed of wisdom counterattacks delusion, which is the primary cognitive defilement. Delusion will be exterminated fully when the right view is developed in its perfection. Yet its every shining flame of correct understanding conduces for its eventual cessation. Other two roots, craving and hatred, emotive defilement. So it is needed to be redirected those fruit with right intention to cope with their antidotes in thoughts of renunciation, goodwill, and harmlessness. Even though greed and aversion are deeply established in us, but it is possible to overcome if we have an effective strategy. We go forth on the indirect path devised by the Buddha, associating with the thought which give rise to defilement. Once greed and aversion emanate in the guise of thoughts, and it can be eroded by replacing them with the thoughts posed to them as thoughts substitution. The remedy of the eliminating greed is the intention of renunciation, and it comes to manifestation in thought of desire. Thoughts of renunciation arise in terms of the passionless fruit, and they activate when they were cultivated in our mind. Antagonistic thought never coexist. So when the thought of renunciation develop, the thought of desire dislodge sins, none greed replace in greed thereby. The intention of goodwill and harmlessness are antidotes for the aversion. Aversion manifests in different ways. Sometimes it manifests in thought of ill will in the form of angry, hostile, resentful attitude, or abhorrence, while it manifests in thoughts of harm in the form of the impulses to cruelty, aggression, and destruction. So, really, if you want to design your life in the happiest way, of course, you must learn this right intention. So you have to improve your right intention followed by the right view. Therefore, let us develop those great factors taught by the Buddha to attain ultimate goal, supreme bliss of Nibbana. Before ends this discussion or sermon, let us radiate our benevolent, good thoughts, loving thought for everyone's success and well-being. So let's concentrate on my recitation and share your great benevolent thought with others happily and peacefully. Dukkha patta dukkha vayam patta nibbaya soka patta nissoka hontu sabbi pipanino. Duking pelena sat duking midetva soving pelena sat soving midetva being pelena sat being midetva Saulo sanat sanasilin pirit twa